actually story starts from the moment when I'm standing there, behind, somewhere there. I'm watching myself on the screen. And this strange realization is, where am I? Is it that strange person, or this understanding? I don't know. Now the question is, why do we have this strange need to tell the stories? Why do I have so many speakers? What makes me standing here unique, apart of holding these papers, which kind of signifies that I'm quite a bad speaker, right? Doesn't matter, but what makes me being a killer? Because guys, come on, like all of us, we're killing each other. Imagine, right now hopefully I'm taking just 18 minutes of yours. 18 minutes. So I'm making you kind of getting closer to the death, right? Because this 18 minutes, I'm just assuming them. I'm eating them up. So I'm a killer. So we're storytellers, therefore we're killers, and we're responsible for certain things. We're responsible for destruction and creation. So the question is, why do we have this strange need? Yeah, we have need to eat, to sleep, to have certain feelings, and to tell the story, to share my own world with someone. Through stories, through my ideas, through inventions, through scripts, actually, I'm telling stories not about the world, but about myself. Describing the world, I'm talking to myself. So, the story actually starts from the moment when you're rushing inside the room and saying, you know what I just saw on the road. So there was an extremely strange man. He was walking in a yellow coat with a huge hat on his head, and he was holding in his hands green, huge, strange, what? We have kind of like curiosity, right? Now we are thinking what he was holding, you as the audience. And I'm as a storyteller, I have to tell you what I just saw. And I already created the reality. It doesn't matter whether it happened or not. The idea is that I created the reality, and you became part of it. Yeah? So we're kind of the gods. I had this strange theory. So there was a god. And he had this, kind of like childish nature. He was fooling around, roaming around, playing. And he was curious about each and everything around him. But the only issue was that nothing was around him. Like, world didn't exist at that point of time. Just God was there. So, but he has that childish nature to get to know things around him. And he's omniscient God. So what he decided? He decided to create strange, interesting things around him. He created space. Great. Still kind of boring. He created time. Well, he's the God, so it doesn't make sense much. He created stars. Well, beautiful for 20 minutes, because now I have time, right? But it's still boring. Then I created the earth. A bit more interesting. I created nature. I created oceans. I created waterfalls. Nice, but still boring. There is nothing to play around with. Then the God decided to create human beings. He created and he went to eat something, because sometimes they do eat. So he ate something, and he's like, wait a minute. And he saw such a strange things were going on. Wars, jealousy, envy, filmmaking, business, startups, this, that, mothers-in-laws, fun. It's great. So he's like, finally, I can play with them, because this is my main idea as a god. So I came down on the earth, and I'm like, okay, guys, play with me. They look at the god, and like, oh my God, it's God. And they start just praying him. Like, no, guys, chill. Like, let's just play. Like, oh, he can even speak. Just write down whatever he's saying. It would be our Bible. He's like, no, guys, just play with me. Nothing. They started building mosques, churches, temples. And he just understood that they're not equal. And for the game, you need to be equal. So he was bored again. He went back. He was kind of upset. And then he thought, wait, I'm an omniscient God, right? I can do whatever I want. So the God made himself to forget that he's the God, and he became a human. He became Daria. So I'm the God who made her, let's be patriotic, sorry, himself. Forget that he's the God, and he became Daria. Why? Just to experience these strange things around. Happiness, unhappiness, sorrow, disasters, betrayers, love, all that, because it's fun, because it's the game. And in this case, I am equal. And it doesn't matter whether it's true or not. Well, I know for sure that it's truth. So when she dies, when Daria dies, she'll become God again. And the only issue, if she was not experiencing enough all this craziness around, then she will have to, he will have to transform into another body to get this experience again. So I think I'm kind of reinventing reincarnation again, putting in my own words, like cheating. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What matters is my reality. So with this kind of theory, with this kind of storytelling that I'm creating for myself, I'm expanding the world. Now I understand whatever happens in my life, whether it's bad things, good things, betrayers, doesn't matter. Because the only thing that matters is moments of life, the experience of life. You know, they're saying that each and every art exists only so that you can know yourself. That the sign of great art, when through that masterpiece, you can see not others, but yourself, to get something new about yourself. So, of course, stories around us, and all of us, we are potential storytellers. But what to do to become actual storytellers? We need to notice details. We need to notice these moments of life. Just see, we are very strange creatures as a human beings. We always live from the past, through present, to the future, right? Because when I'm saying, I'll clap right now, it will happen in future, right? It happened in the past. Again, I'll clap future, past. So we can't actually capture this moment of this life, this presence. We're always or in past or in future. And only storytelling remains actual. This is magic about it. This is mystery. Because storytelling will be always this moment of life, here and now. It will be repeated again and again. Every time when you're telling the story, it happens again and again in front of your eyes, in your head. You can feel it. So we are becoming immortal, because still remember that we are the gods, right? So, just the moment of chair, I don't know whether you heard it or not, or AC. Yeah, it's just an AC. But if we listen to this, it's like as if AC and chair just was talking about, or it was like talking to each other. So now this AC and that chair, it was just a chair. After that sound that you just heard, it became the chair. It became something else. It became known. Before that, it was absolutely unknown object. And I made it through just putting torch of my attention on that chair, and it became something special. It kind of became my friend. So through storytelling, through these details, I'm actually conquering this reality of unknown. Okay, imagine, black screen. Rain is going on, like it's raining, right? And it's like 2,000 years ago, tribe. You're sitting in a mud house, and thunder, rain, and suddenly the thunder is so loud, thunder, then lightning, and you're scared because you don't know explanation behind it. You're not scientists. It's like long way to go. You don't know, right? Nothing. You don't know anything about it. And you're scared because it's unknown. It's something that's something. This is already a very scary word, something. Because something, it's nothing particular. It doesn't signify anything, something. Something can be anything, and it's horrifying. But by defining this something, I am conquering unknown. The thunder, it's the god who is laughing because his wife just pouring wine, extremely tasty homemade wine into his glass, and he's smiling with his white teeth. Now again, thunder, again, lightning. Is it scary? Come on, God is smiling. And wine, and this rain is just wine. Nice. It's a blessing for me. It's not scary anymore. I made it known. It's not unknown anymore. So in this case, just imagine black screen, black space, and I have this torch, and this torch is my attention. And when I'm putting the torch, pointing at different things around, I'm actually pointing at different stories, and stories around us. Stories are everywhere. Stories in this room, in the way how I speak, how I talk, how the person just sits there on the... No one sees him. No one sees it. I see him. And now he notices it. And he feels a bit embarrassed. And it's already a story. It's already different. And for you, so it's different because you don't know exactly how he looks like. Come. He doesn't want. So through stories, I'm explaining the world. art, business, all this is actually overcoming the fear of unknown. In this case, I'm just playing the games. Right now, I'm playing the game of the speaker. You're playing the game or the role of audience, mother, father, man, ideal woman, etc., etc. So all this is just games that we're deciding. And we have to tell this story, rules of our games, to other people, yeah, through our stories. Pablo Picasso, he said once that art is a lie which helps us to understand the truth of life. Interesting. So through art, we can see ourselves. It's like kind of like mirror. But again, it's not only art. Everything has storytelling. Scientist who is coming up with crazy idea which will change the world, it's already story, it's storytelling. Doctor, let's say your patient is coming for an appointment and you're looking at her and you're trying to crack mystery. You're trying to explain the disease. It's already cracking the mystery. It's already creating new realities. So, as I said, all of us were storytellers, professional screenwriters, directors, or natural, all of us. Okay, let's say we spot this story, but what to do next? How to make this story unique? How to make this chair a chair to the chair? A girl who falls in love with a boy into the girl and the boy. Details. Details is kind of soul of the stories. The way how you, all of you sit, the way how you look, the way how you're, it's already story of this room. And by noticing it, I will be able to create unusual, unique reality. See, we can talk, we can teach people how to, let's say, write, how to shoot movies, but we can't teach what to shoot about, what to write about. Let's say you have idea, or you want to go to business school, and you're studying how to create startup. Great, but what kind of startup? It's idea. And ideas, they're coming from within. And the ideas coming from two sources, noticing the details and being within yourself, being different, which is extremely, I would say, difficult nowadays because 21st century, a lot of information around, a lot of noises around. We're distracted. Right now we're Facebook, we're Instagram, we're chatting, we're doing at the same time a lot of things. 300 years ago, you're going to another village, to another city for Christmas Eve, listen to Bach and Mozart with all your family. You're getting ready for 6 months. You're stitching new dresses, you're getting ready, you're saving money. Then, for 10 days, you're going on your horses to reach that city through forests full of bandits and criminals. And then finally you're reaching, and for 5 hours, you're listening to that classical music. Now the quality of this listening would be a bit different from nowadays. You're sitting, well, I decide I'll be listening to Bach. I'm listening to Bach. Meanwhile, I'm taking snap that I listen to Bach. I'm posting on Facebook, but actually I really do it. Then I'm calling to my friend, you know what I'm doing? I'm listening to Bach. It's very nice. Yeah? So there's difference between listening and hearing, between touching and feeling, between loving and just, playing around. I would say that the most important thing right now is just really start noticing the details. Start being with yourself. To throw yourself into uncomfortable zone. Because only in uncomfortable zone you are able to pick up new details. Remember that philosophy in Greece was born out of boredom. Everything is fine. I have food. I have my slaves. Finally, slaves, dream. So I have slaves. They're taking care of everything. And what I'm left with? Just thinking, because there's no scrolling, there's no Snapchat. So I have to do something. What I'm doing, I'm thinking. I'm coming up with ideas of aliases, etc., etc. Now, there is a queue. It's uncomfortable because it's something unexpected. Queue, or traffic for 3 hours, unexpected, uncomfortable zone. What I'm doing, I'm taking myself back into comfortable zone. How? Again, Facebook, because Facebook, it's my, or any kind of social media, yeah? Because it's my comfortable zone. So now, these days, we're never alone, even when we're alone. So we're never facing ourselves. Remember, in uncomfortable zone, you're always in danger. Should I make the step or not? Because I don't know what's there. If I know the road, this is exactly how I'm walking each and every day. I know the road. I can even walk there with closed eyes. If it's uncomfortable zone, I need to look there. Wait, okay, this is carpet. Okay, I think I can step. It's dangerous. That's why I'm noticing the details. That's why I'm coming up with more ideas. I'm getting this inspiration. I bet if right now I'll just start jumping 3 times on this stage, it will be kind of like embarrassing, yeah? Even for you. But I bet that it will give me new experience. Something strange, something new. But again, you need to be brave. You, as a storyteller, you need to be a hero. Yeah, to go on hero's journey. And hero's journey is always obstacles. But then, after that, you'll get your main target. Yeah, it can be love, beautiful woman, it can be inspiration, it can be just pizza, I don't know. But you will get that. But you need to be brave. I'm not sure that I'm brave enough yet. But, you know, Werner Herzog, famous documentary filmmaker and fiction. So what he said once, that, you know what, if I would ever open filmmaking school, I would just send everyone on the trip from Kiev to Madrid just on foot, you know, or hitchhiking for 2 years. And they will have to make different notes. Only in this case, I will be able to accept their applications, maybe. So this is uncomfortable zone. To go into places where you don't know, meet people whom you don't know, language that you can't understand. This is uncomfortable zone. That's why I have to be aware. That's why all my 5 senses, 6 senses, all of them, they're awakened. Yeah, because it's dangerous. So there was this interesting story of Cartier-Bresson, a famous photographer. So a picture, quite famous, interesting picture. It looks like this, that there's a man, he's in black hat, he's in black coat, and photographer is telling the story behind this photo. He was saying that I was just walking on the street and I spotted this strange man with a long black mustaches, and there was something interesting about him. I started walking. He kind of noticed me, but he was just walking. I was walking after him. He kind of like speeded up his walk. I speeded up my walk. He started walking faster. I started walking faster and faster and faster, faster, faster. Then he ran, and I ran after him. And at the moment when he understood that he's in danger, he just looked back, and I took the picture. And it became the most beautiful and the spark of life picture type. Yeah, because he noticed that life, that spark of life, here and there. Now, me as a photographer, you were as my victim. I think everyone got interesting experience, even that poor guy in the hat. So subjectivity is the most interesting thing. No one sees things like you see, because no one has the same amount of experience that you have. Whatever you will say, it will be unique. Only in case if you're using your own voice to describe things, to describe what you feel. It can be the same thing, but your description would be different if you're talking, if you're using your own voice. So, well, I'm part of the universe, right? So I'm the detail of this universe. And God is in details. Therefore, I'm the God. And I was born just to capture, as a storyteller, or a professional or natural, just capture moments of life. Yeah? This. Thank you. Wait. Okay. It's different. Thank you.